I think that my grandma should know what U equals U means. I think that anyone who is having sex in the world should know everything they can about their sexual health. My name is Jack Thompson. My pronouns are he, him. I am International Mr. Leather 2019. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, but originally from Berkeley, California, and I am living with HIV. I was diagnosed October 6th, 2015, and there was nothing in my mind that would have prepared me that was something that was going to happen. Like I've never thought that was something that would happen to me, and I had a lot of shame around it for a very long time. I was still dealing with my internalized homophobia around just dating men and like what that meant for me, and it took me a while to tell my partners, and because I was just so afraid of what would happen if I did, and because I knew that they were both negative, and so I didn't really know what that meant for us. They were both amazing. Immediately, called their doctors and got on PrEP like the next day, and have been amazingly supportive. And you immediately think, I'm going to die. That is the first thing you think of still, because that is where we've been. That is how everyone has learned to think about HIV and AIDS. People have either been far more understanding than I thought they would be. And then people have I've also been very surprised at how many people still don't know anything about it. I already, when trying to meet people or hook up with people, I already have to explain so much around language or around just the fact that I'm trans, and weirdly having to reassure people when they are attracted to me and then they find out that I'm trans, how to deal with that, like it's gonna be okay. So then adding on having to talk to people about me being positive it's just another thing it's just another barrier of okay, well, I'm also gonna tell you this, and I'm also gonna tell you this. How many things can I tell you before you just don't wanna bother? Any rejection is hurtful, even if you are very okay with it. So I've definitely had to get to a point where I've been okay, well, cool, happy hunting, have fun, whatever. But for the most part, people have been wonderful. The amount of people who are yeah, whatever, I'm on PrEP, I have no problem with my status. I think that people on PrEP should know what U equals U means. I think that my grandma should know what U equals U means. I think that anyone who is having sex in the world should know everything they can about their sexual health. Know what you can do to keep yourself safe so you can keep having all of the sex you want to have. I mean, U equals U. For me, it's been just a saving grace of being able to explain that to people, and that has been really helpful in talking to people about, whether or not they want to sleep with me, or just trying to explain to people that that's where we are now. We're at a place where we know the science enough that if you are at this point, you should be fine. There are plenty of people who have lived fine, normal, sick lives living with HIV, and that's okay, and I will be okay.